Five, four, three, two, one. Hey, everybody, welcome to episode two of the Complete Game podcast. I'm your host, Kurt Schilling. My co host, Garrick Schilling, will not be with us for episode two. He's working a real job, so he will be intermittent until we get this thing up and running. Coming to you today on Friday, early Friday, and in reference to the first episode, when I mentioned our schedule will likely be taping late Tuesday, late Friday, and late Sunday to drop either Wednesday, Saturday, and Monday mornings, basically around the schedule. The Major League Baseball schedule is built around Monday and Thursday being travel days, so there's far fewer games. So the idea is we'll do a rundown of the day at the end of the last West Coast game, and then we will on Sunday we'll do kind of a weekly preview, weekly summation, weekly preview with any pertinent news. Right now, though, on Friday you've got the Giants up on the Yankees 5-0. Marcus Stroman went two-thirds of an inning, gave up 5-0 at the end of first. Lee for San Francisco hit his first home run, but anytime a start begins with double, walk, homer, walk, walk, double, it's a long day. Stroman only went two-thirds of an inning. Since he's up 5-3 on Pittsburgh, Candelario hits his first homer for Cincy. Frazier his first for Pittsburgh. Gabriel Arias hit a second inning homer. Cleveland leads Kansas City 3-0. Which the big news out of that game is starter Chris Bubik, Bubik or Bubik, I'll get that right. Gave up his first earned runs of the year. He went six hits, two earned runs, two walks, five punchouts. His ERA vaults all the way up to 0.96. Bobby Witt Jr. is 1 for 1 with two walks in the game. Tampa Bay up 3-1 as Tampa's Danny Jansen just hit his first home run of the year in the fourth. They're up 3-1 on Atlanta, going to the bottom of four. Washington, Miami, Boston, the White Sox are all nothing, nothing. Miami, it's in the fifth. Red Sox, White Sox go to the bottom of two. Big news from around the game. The Braves, who are struggling, they're 3-9 right now, with a -9 rough run differential. Their offense is struggling, but I said it in spring training when I saw him throw. Spencer Strider is coming back. I think he made his last rehab start. His last in that start, he went 5 1/3, three hits, an earned run, punched out 13. He looked sharp in spring training. I think he threw 90 pitches, 62 for strikes. So my thought would be he'll probably see a start early next week, his first start of the year for the Braves. Pablo Lopez of the Twins, their ace, went on the 15-day IL with the 15-day IL with a strained hammy. Um, and then San Diego threw Jake Cronenworth on the DL. Other news out of Atlanta that kind of worries me a little bit. Ronald Acuna is going to be reevaluated next week for his knee. And now, sifting through the conversation of that, um, there's only one reason why you would wait till next week to reevaluate somebody. That's because currently they're not in a condition to be reevaluated. So that worries me a little bit. Because when you want to reevaluate somebody, they generally hop on a plane, fly to the doctor, or the doctor flies to them, and they get reevaluated. And given where their offense is struggling and their need to get him in the lineup, I wonder if he hasn't had a little setback. He's not even running out of the batter's box now. So I think there was a lot of talk, especially for fantasy owners, around his availability being early mid-May. I think that's a stretch. I think you're probably going to see him out till later than that if he's not even running out of the batter's box yet. Doing all the other baseball stuff is all I can assume. But waiting till next week to reevaluate him is I think a subtle or very discreet way of saying there's something wrong and he can't be reevaluated right now. Could be wrong, could be scheduling, but I doubt it. It doesn't usually play out that way. Um, I wanted to take a minute to reach out and offer condolences to Octavio Dotel's family and Tony Blanco's family. They were both killed last week in a or this weekend, a tragic nightclub accident down in the Dominican Republic. Also, the sister of former Major Leaguer Nelson Cruz passed away. Nelsie Cruz. So obviously, thoughts and prayers to the families. And then a former teammate of mine, Pedro Martinez, has mentioned on social media that he had family members in the building that they have not located. So obviously, Pedro, thoughts and prayers are with you in every sense of the way and word, my friend. And I pray that there's some sort of positive outcome, though where we are now, it's hard to see that. But that's the big takeaway from that tragedy. So anyway, again, I wanted to talk about as we go forward and how and the podcast growing, we will have and feature commentary around DraftKings, FanDuel, daily bets, prop bets, and we'll keep track of everything to see how good or bad we are at this, both Garrick and I. And as the season goes, we'll add and get in depth about fantasy baseball as well. I'm leading. I have three teams this year. Two are well, all three are now keepers. But I joined two leagues after they were formed, so I'm late in the process. On one of my teams, I have a guy who made news this week. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. signed a 14-year, $500 million contract extension with the Blue Jays. Good for him, good for them. Although I got to tell you, I mean, when you're talking about that much money, taxes are taxes. But the fact of the matter is, in Canada and in Toronto, taxes are prohibitive. Not that it matters because it's $500 million, but still, he clearly wants to stay there. I'm happy for him, happy for them. His dad was a remarkable player, and I have no reason to believe otherwise for his son. This kid is a special talent. Um, but I wanted to touch base and backing up. The format here is generally going to be a 20 to 30 minute podcast, something you can watch or listen to on your way to work in the morning, or as a way to catch up on the action the day before that you might have missed. And potentially maybe we get to free form interviews and things like that as I talk to former players or current players. But that's going to kind of evolve and depend on feedback as well. So the goal here is to become the place to go to get your baseball all season long, postseason, winter meetings, and more. So I wanted to jump back and talk quickly about Spencer Strider, and for this is for fantasy owners, for gamblers, and for fans. One of the things that has always kind of held to be true is injured players in spring training. When I saw Spencer throw in spring training, he looked as if he looked completely healthy. His stuff was dominant. He had it all. He looked like he was. Well, he looked ahead of a lot of other pitchers in the big leagues. But in my mind, I didn't see any reason why, when he's ready, he wouldn't be going full Spencer Strider, the guy that did all the magical things he's done so far in his career. And I mentioned that because a lot of his value in fantasy drafts went through the floor and was far from where I think it should have been, given how he was throwing in spring training and how soon he's going to come back. But you're talking about, third week of April, he's going to be back. So he's probably going to make 28 to 30 starts, depending on their innings volume with him and pitch count. But 90 pitches in, 5 1/3 innings in a rehab start means that I think the reins will be off, so to speak. He'll be on obviously a pitch count, but if I'm an Atlanta fan, I'm excited because I think you've got the guy back. And it might seem weird, but for pitchers in the big leagues, more often than not, without barring a catastrophic injury or problem, they come back better than they were before they got hurt. And there's a couple of reasons for this. The most important one for me, and the reason it happened to me, was education. When you get hurt, if you are even reasonably intelligent, you're going to research into and understand the human body more. And you begin to understand what's called the kinetic chain, which is basically the measurement of energy from your fingertips, from your toe tip, the tip of your toes to your fingertips. The kinetic chain connects through all the joints in your body, up from your ankle to your knee to your hips, through your core to your rib cage to your upper torso, shoulder, hand, elbow, all that stuff. Um, but when you understand that process, you start to understand why and where you need to be strong as a pitcher. And that's why I think training has gotten so position specific in the last 20 years, with companies and multiple billions of dollars of being invested in that market, which only makes sense given that the teams are spending billions of dollars. So anyway, that'll wrap it up for episode 2. Short, quick, to the point. Hopefully, well, Garriga won't be back till early next week, so I'll be doing Sunday's weekly summation on my own. We'll go over this week. We'll talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Please feel free to leave a comment on any of my social media if you want a question answered or you want to talk about a specific topic. But I will catch you guys on Sunday. Have a great weekend and take care.